Welcome to Cory's Conscious Living. Are you ready to meditate with Cory? Make sure that everything is just right in your room. And you're laid still and quiet and comfortable. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya were all on a hike. They'd been hiking for half an hour already, and Cherry was tired. The hike was actually a 2-hour hike, and it was a hike with something very special at the end, and that's the only reason that Cherry was there, because there was a surprise at the end. Otherwise, Cherry would not have gone. Hiking is not her most favourite thing in the world. Me paws! Me paws hurt so much. Was the noises that Cherry was making. Half an hour in, literally, that's all they'd been doing, walking for half an hour. Heidi kept turning around and saying, "Cherry, please, try to keep all the moaning to yourself. People are trying to have a nice hike. The last thing we want to do is listen to you moan, and it's not that bad. We've only been walking for 30 minutes. Look at it. It's beautiful out. It's a sunny day. The sky is blue. What more could we want?" I can think of lots of things we could want. Like roller skates. Roller skates would be so much better right now. Or maybe a lift that actually pulls you up to the top of the hill. That would be much, much better. Wouldn't it, Vaya? Wouldn't it? Because this is really boring. It's boring and it's tiring and me paws hurt. Vaya said, Me like. And she was bouncing with her little backpack on. She got snacks in her backpack. She'd made trail mix especially that morning. She got water. She got a sun hat on. She got glasses on. And she'd even got these special things that you put on your paws so your paws don't get hot and tired while you walk. She was completely prepared. Me likey hikes. And me like surprises. So me can't wait. Me very excited. Let's just go. And she was bouncy and happy and very, very annoying, thought Cherry. I thought you'd be on my side, Vaya. It's awful. How can you like it? It's sunny, it's hot, I'm sweating. Look at me under my arms. Look at me, it's all wet and sweaty. It's horrible and it's smelly and my feet hurt really, really bad. I just don't like it. Heidi said, That's it. You need to keep it to yourself. Unless you can say something positive, don't say anything at all, Cherry. And Heidi was walking forward. Heidi also had a backpack on. In her backpack, she had sunglasses, but she wasn't wearing them just yet. She was actually wearing her own glasses. Very recently, Heidi had discovered that she needed to wear glasses. She'd been having a hard time seeing things far away. So her owners got her glasses. She looks really cool in her glasses. At first, she was really embarrassed about them. She thought that she looked a little bit strange and she couldn't get used to seeing her face in these glasses. And she thought that everyone would think she was a little bit geeky or a little bit weird, but they didn't. Everybody likes Heidi's new glasses. The only thing is she has to wear them upside down. She wears them upside down so the curly bits flick around her ears. Otherwise, they don't fit her properly. But apart from that, they look very, very cool. So she wasn't wearing her sunglasses, but she did have a sun hat on to keep the sun out of her eyes. Cherry, on the other hand, was the only one that really wasn't prepared for the hike. She got so excited about the surprise at the top of the hike when they reached the top of the mountain that she packed barely anything in her backpack. The only thing she packed was a toothbrush, she packed a pair of socks, and she packed a DVD player. Yeah, I don't know why she packed a DVD player, but that's what she packed. Into the hike, Cherry was actually thinking the same thing. The DVD player was very heavy. And she didn't know what she was going to do with one pair of socks. What would one pair of socks do anyway? She had 4 paws, for goodness sake, not 2. She tried putting the pair of socks on the front paws, and it did feel a little bit spongier as they were hiking, but her back paws still hurt. She wasn't very happy at all. They hiked for another hour. Cherry said, and she fell to the ground. How much longer? How much longer is this hike gonna take? Heidi laughed at her, which was not a good thing to do because Cherry was really, really not happy. But Heidi couldn't help it. Now that she could see everything very clearly with her new glasses on, she could see how pitiful Cherry was really being. It had been an hour and a half that they'd been walking, and Cherry was dying. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. And it's so hot. It's so hot that I can't breathe. Vaya was still bouncy and very happy. We're almost there. Me almost there. I don't know about you, but me almost there. Me almost to the top. Me almost going to see the surprise. Me almost there. 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 Her happiness and bubbliness was not what Cherry needed either. She almost was at the point where she was going to bonk Vaya on the head with her DVD player that she got in her backpack, and she still didn't know why she had it in her backpack. They got up, and everybody started walking again. Heidi said, "The good news is, I think we only have 30 minutes left of walking, Cherry, and then we'll be there. Keep that in mind. That should keep you going, okay?" Cherry said, "Okay. Oh, okay. I think I can do it. And I'm not very happy. Ow, ow, ow," she said, moaning about her paws. When they got there, they couldn't believe what they saw. There was a big, giant, flat area at the top of the mountain, and there was people, or should I say, animals, already there. There was 2 ladies there. The ladies were called Lucy and Madison, and apparently they were yoga instructors. Yes, yoga instructors. They'd hiked for 2 hours to reach the top of the mountain, and the surprise was they were going to do a yoga class. Yay! Not, thought Cherry. Vaya, "Oh, me like a yoga. Me does a very good cat-cow." Cherry didn't smile. In fact, she didn't move. She stood on her hind paws and put her 2 front paws on her hips. She stood in protest. She looked at Heidi and said, "Did you know about this? Did you know that this is what we'd be doing on the top of this hill? We've hiked for 2 hours to do yoga? Yoga? What are we going to do with yoga? Bend and stretch? Who needs that?" Cherry was not happy at all. all of the animals that were already there started to gather around Heidi, Cherry and Vaya. I think it was more because they were all watching Cherry's reaction to the situation. There were 2 elephants there. There was Tavia, who was a baby elephant, and there was Peyton, who was their mummy. So there was Tavia and Peyton. There was an armadillo, don't know what he was called. There was a bird there called Lilo, and there was a snail called Chloe, and there was a hamster called Carmel, and there were 2 dogs there named Jack and Thor, and they were all stood around watching Cherry.
I don't want to do yoga. I don't like yoga. It's too slow and too boring. I like things that are fast. I like to do things that are fun, like bounce or skydive or run really, really fast, or go motorcycling, or fly on Santa's sledge, or go on a ride that sends you really, really up fast and really, really down slow, and like adrenaline. I don't like calming, boring yoga.
Heidi said, "Not all yoga is calming and boring. Just give it a try." Lucy and Madison, the instructors, gathered everyone together. They had them all on their yoga mats, and they said, "Okay, let's start by doing some breathing exercises." And Cherry said,
See, I told you it'd be boring. Who needs to know how to breathe? Everyone can breathe already. Watch. See, I can breathe really, really good. I don't need to be taught how to breathe.
Lucy said, "Okay, we're going to take some nice deep breaths. I want you to breathe longer and slower, deeper breaths, deeper than you normally breathe." Vaya said, "Me likey. Ooh, me feel nice and calm. Try it, Cherry, try it." Cherry closed her eyes and puffed. But then she tried it. She took a nice long deep breath. And she breathed out. The next time she took a nice long deep breath. And this time she breathed out, and she breathed out properly. The next time she took a nice long deep breath. And she breathed out nice and long and slow. And Lucy, the instructor, said, "Breathe all the way down to your navel." And Cherry tried it. She took a nice long deep breath. And she breathed all the way down to her navel. And then she breathed out all the way from her navel. And they did that for a few minutes. And Cherry started to get this feeling. It was a feeling that she'd not felt before. She felt kind of blissful, calm, and peaceful. And she looked at Vaya and said,
Me like.
Vaya just nodded. Heidi had her eyes closed doing the deep breathing. She seemed to be thoroughly enjoying it. And then Madison, the other instructor, started to take them through some simple yoga poses just to stretch out their bodies. What was funny was, because Heidi and Cherry and Vaya were not used to hiking for 2 hours, they were a little bit tired. So when they were doing the stretches, they were all wobbly and they were falling over and they weren't very good at balancing at all. The other animals seemed to be doing really, really well. Chloe the snail was exceptionally peaceful and slow and calm. She didn't really need any help in that area. The dogs, Jack and Thor, were a little bit giddy, and they kept laughing every time they had to lift one leg up because it looked like they were going to pee on each other. They thought that was hilarious. The bird, Lilo, was very good at yoga. Very, very good. And she was doing all the poses. She could do bird pose exceptionally well. It was really nice to actually do yoga at the top of this hill, Cherry thought. Her favourite pose was Savasana. You would have believed it, because Savasana is the pose at the end where you have to lay down and be still and quiet. Some people think Savasana, or dead man's pose, is one of the hardest ones to do because they have a really hard time laying still and being quiet. And you would have thought that Cherry, of all cats, would have had a hard time with it. But by the time of the hour-long yoga class was finished and the 2-hour hike was finished, Cherry thought Savasana was heavenly.
Oh, I like this bit. This bit's my favourite part,
she said to Heidi. Heidi was already asleep. She looked over at Vaya, and Vaya's eyes were flicking back and rolling all over the place like she was already going to some other planet, some other place in her mind. Cherry closed her eyes and laid really still, with her 2 front paws out to the side and her lower paws open slightly wide so that her little feet could relax. Lucy and Madison played some deliciously calm, spiritually soothing meditation music, and both of them walked them through a very nice, gentle relaxation process. The elephants both relaxed. The armadillo was snoring. The bird was laid lie-low with her wings open, facing up to the sun, completely relaxed. Jack and Thor were relaxed. The hamster, Carmel, had curled up into a ball. Everyone was very, very relaxed. Heidi, Cherry, and Vaya listened to Lucy and Madison telling them to relax their feet. Let all of their worries go. Just let their bodies sink into Mother Earth. Relax, they kept saying. Relax. In Cherry's mind, all she could hear was, relax, go to sleep. Relax. I go to sleep. Everyone was still and quiet. All you could hear was the music, a breeze blowing gently through the sky, the occasional bird making a noise as it flew by up above. The world was good. Everything was calm, peaceful, and still. Even Cherry. The